So, looking at size, the landscape view gives us a feel of who the major players are within this technology space. So, where does our threat list on the left sit in comparison to the rest of the landscape? And a question that may be raised from this is, are there any additional companies within the top 50 or even the landscape that we may need to consider including to our threat list following any additional analysis? And we can see that in the top 20, there are many organizations with large sets of patent families within the control system space that we have not also considered. We can also see from the left that there are over 50% of the companies in our threat list are in the top 50. So clearly our threat list has a healthy share of active patent families within the control system space. So we definitely do need to monitor them closely to find out which areas they lead in, when have they been most active, and if there's any strategy behind their filing that we can decipher from the following visualizations. We're now just going to highlight our countries from North America and Asia that we would be looking to benchmark against. And I'm going to include all the technologies in this space now. So we can have a global view at the categories and see who has been most active in recent years. And immediately we can see some of the leading organizations in their previous portfolio size views, such as Rockwell, Emerson, and GE, who were all in the top 10 for portfolio size, are now showing low filing trends and activity within the last few years in this space. So maybe that's an indication that their assets are an aging within this particular technology. Johnson Controls, in comparison, who have a much smaller portfolio than the rest, who were not in the top 50 companies in the landscape, yet have the highest compound annual growth rate. So we'll definitely need to take a closer look at their portfolio and conduct some further analysis going forward. In stark contrast, however, Fanuc, almost who are showing the highest compound annual growth rate amongst all the organizations here, and are almost showing 100% compound annual growth rate between 2015 to 2019. And if we even adjust that again by the following year, then again they are in the lead, showing significant growth. And again, if we look at publications by year, and if we again want to highlight Fanuc to see how their activity um, has changed in recent years, we can clearly see that they are heavily filing within the broad industrial automation space, showing that they are trying to strengthen their portfolio. So at Cypher, we use Portfolio Value Index as a measurement of patent quality, and it is also an industry standard that is used. So the scores for Portfolio Value Index are calculated based on market to patent value, correlations to GDP per geography, and forward citations as a measurement of strength. And as a continuation of the analysis thus far, we're not looking at any charts in isolation as we analyze this huge set of data. So again, we'll try to combine PVIX scores along with cost data to generate any conclusions and follow up from this. And immediately an interesting trend and slice of data that I have noticed is that Emerson, who have a very high PVIX score amongst the threat list, who were third in the landscape for size amongst our technologies in this space, who showed fairly steady activity in recent years, but there was no significant growth. However, their granted patent family cost is far higher than any of the other competitors within the threat list. So my conclusion here is that we definitely need to look into Emerson's portfolio even further, maybe trying to look into geography, their age of their portfolio, and understand why they have such a strong patent portfolio.